Hello OAS family, it's time for another book review, and today we are going to review a book by Chou Ch'en called the Anthology of Landscape Painting. So before we get into the details of this book, let's go over some rough statistics. So the book is a very popular size, which is it is 8¼ inches wide by 11¾ inches high, and the book has approximately 151 pages. As you can see, it's actually bound in this old Chinese style, which to those of us in the West, it's actually reverse. So this is actually the front cover, and the book is read this way. So the thing that's, before we get into the body of the book, the reason why I got focused on this book was I got a call from one of our customers, and what she was saying was that she was remarking that the books that focused on sequential instruction, that were trying to give you step-by-step instruction for how to do the paintings that were featured were actually simple and, in her mind, overly simplistic. So what she wanted was a book that had what she called more complex or more composition quality paintings, ones that hadn't been simplified for teaching purposes. And most of those books are hardcover albums, which means that they're going to be expensive. But this book is actually an album of collected works that's available in a soft cover. And you can see that the artwork, especially these landscape compositions, are quite interesting and have a lot of variation. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. So at the beginning here, we have some calligraphy examples. And here is an introduction. Talks about landscape painting and the author's relationship to landscape painting. And so now we will get into the work here. This one's called Lonely Path in the Vernal Woods. Here's a detailed version of the painting. So this is the regular sort of blown up version, and then here's a closer up look. This one is Spring Mountain After Rain. You can see here this lovely coastline that has this wonderful white space and then this impressive mountain and leading into a valley. Such a great inspiration for composition here. Really, really nice. A couple vertical paintings. This is Peach Blossom Valley here on this side, and then Winter Silence on the left-hand side. Gazing at the waterfall over here, and then a detailed shot of it here where you can see the figure resting under a tree looking out over this waterfall and river. And this is Mountain Temple, and then the detailed shot of that painting. This one's called Remotermitage. Really nice sort of panoramic view. There's a couple circular compositions. This one on the right is Early Spring, and then here is Afternoon Talk. Sounds of Autumn and Crunch Underfoot. And this is Spring Outing and Mists Over the Valley. Really daring shape for this rock. And then Azure Woods, Cool Waters, and Snows of Meichu. Pure and Distant Vistas, and Mountain Pavilion. this one is another panoramic painting, which is bamboo groves in misty rain. And then boating by the red cliff and flying snows of Changshan. And this is the gathering at the vernal orchard and Nine Twist Gorge. Autumn sails and wintry outing. And this is Pine Grotto Peak and listening to the spring. Lofty path and then in search of snow plums. This is Return of the Swallow and Sounds of the Ancient Temple Bell. And these two are done on this darker, almost gold paper. And then some more on these types of papers here. Cooling Off Under the Moon and For Distant Vistas. This is Homeward Bound and Warming Earth. Solitary Sitting and Moonlit Snow Plums. Mountain Retreat and Lost in Ancient Friendship. So Morning Mists in the Mountain Dwelling and Home Among Wild Mountain Plums. So this painting is called Roaming in the Mountain Woods, and then we have a couple detail shots. One here where you can see the close-up of the figure walking over a small bridge, and then this other one where you see the detail of the waterfall. And then here are two more detail shots of that painting. And then boating on Ling Stream. And this is Cool Breezes in My Thatched Hermitage. Distant Sails on Spring Waters. And Chats Beneath the Ancient Temple. Here is Old Pine Revisited and Autumn Memories. So you can see here we're not even through half of the book, and you can see these albums, they really give you a lot of content. When they don't have to take up a lot of pages to show these sequential breakdowns, they can really show you a lot of paintings, and you can learn quite a lot just from looking at these compositions. You know, the compositions are so valuable. This is Mountain Retreat in the Bamboo Grove, and this is Rowing Towards My Ancient Home. This across the two pages is called Flaming Maples, Quiet Waters. Azure Resonance After Rain. This is Dwellings by the Tree Line. And then here is a detailed version of that painting. You can see this up close of this tree and this rock section. This is a very different stylistic painting. We see these kind of like this rendering of the water here, which I've come to associate more with the Japanese painting, but it is really, I guess it was popularized by a Japanese painter. So it's really nice to see that here in this foreground element. And then you see this plain ocean off in the distance with the island. This is really, really nice. This is called Roaring Sprays at the Northern Pass. Dreams of White Cloud Peaks. Green My Vernal Hills, and then a detailed shot of that painting. Sounding the Chin in My Remote Hermitage, and then Precipices of My Heart. Mooring Beneath the Willow Trees, and Rocky Path After Rain. Autumn Desolation Fill My Breast, and Heroic Reverberations. Pavilion Among Dense Verdure, and Distant Vistas from Yangmingshan. This is Visiting Friends in Autumn Grove. And then here's a couple detailed shots from that painting. So you can see a nice color work here with the pops of red. This is quite an expansive composition called Living in Seclusion Among Summer Mountains. And then he pairs it down with something very simple called Lakeside Respite. And then over here we have one called Quiescence by the Dragon Tarn. And then Studying the Summer over here, and Returning Skiff over here. So you can see there's quite a bit of nice variety here. There's some simpler compositions. There's quite a few very ambitious compositions. And each one you could learn from or just do paintings inspired by. Okay, this is Pine Cliffs of Changnan. And Cliffside Hermitage over here, and Secluded Path, Solitary Dwelling over on this side. Across these two pages is A Lifetime of Mountain Wandering. And then Wakeful over the Misty Gorge over here. And then a detailed shot of that same painting over here where you can see the two figures over here walking along the path up close. And then the details of what's in the background of the house over here. This is Boat Song in June. And here's a detailed shot of that painting. Across these two panels is Rain-Washed Eastern Slope. And then Vernal Woods in Morning Mists, and Sunbathe the Lakeshore. Autumn Colors over my mountain home over here. And then a winter landscape called Wintry Blustering in the Valley. Across these two, we have a very nice example of clouds and mist rendering called Descending Clouds at Nightfall. Just really great how they get this effect by leaving that white space and finishing these strokes with this dithering to suggest the clouds. And then here's some detailed shots of that painting. And then Cadence of the mountain stream on the right side, and then Tortoise Peak at sunrise over here. And then you can see that there was more detailed things at the very beginning, and now we're getting into some looser work where there's less emphasis on outlines. This is Waterfall at Yangmingshan and Verdure and Rain. Fine Drizzle in Spring across these two pages. And then here's some details of those paintings. And then Rain-Washed Foliage along the mountain path is this one. And then On a Calm Sunny Day over here. Really love the flow of this composition. Across these two panels, we have Lakeside Vapors at Evensong. And then a couple detailed shots of that painting. Across these two pages, Misty Landscape Within My Breast. This is Recollecting Old Times on a Mountain Path. detailed shot here. And then we've got floating along azure currents up top here, this panoramic one, and the lower panoramic one, mountain colors at dawn. Across these two panels, is also a painting called Mountain Colors at Dawn. This is a different painting, I believe, yeah? Yes. And this is Summering at Lishan. And then Harmonizing Spirits in the Wilderness Cliff. Over here we have Kanshi Mountain Manor. These are detailed shots. And more details of those that painting. I think that might be. Huh, interesting. All right, so that is the book called Anthology of Landscape Painting by Chou Ch'en. You can find more information about this on our website at orientalartsupply.com. And if you liked, for more content on like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions or would like to request any book reviews in the future, or anything else for that matter. And we are happy that you're here. Thank you for watching, and we wish you happy painting.